Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Bring It On. Let's set sail into the partially unknown. My Lord Captain, unidentified sickle-shaped ships have taken off from the planet we just left. They're approaching swiftly and readying their weapons for battle. Get ready. It's about to get hot in here. To take off all my clothes? I thought that last sentence was a little out of character for Ravor. Alright, Jackal class frigate, times 3. What do they do? Lightning arc, medium range dorsal lance weapon dealing 192 damage. Okay. And living metal. At the start of its turn, the ship repairs 20% of its missing hull. Once per combat, when the ship is about to be destroyed, it is instead reanimated with full hull. However, this reanimation is not permanent, and the ship continues to disintegrate, suffering damage equal to 25% of its maximum hull at the start of its turn. So 192 damage. I don't know if we can survive that.
With the force of a supernova!
Man, talk about an alpha strike. Good luck, Sword Class Frigate.
Steady now. Just one precise hit.
And he's not coming back.
Helmsman, take us in.
Yeah, that'll be enough. Alright, stop running away from me so I can come help out. I wouldn't mind having control of this guy. Or having a full fleet for that matter.
Engines. Launch batteries, volley! With the force of a supernova. Torpedoes, away!
Come on, hit. Nice.
There's a breach in the enemy shield!
Well, that's not surprising. The captain of that ship was not very good at his job. Hey, my master cannonier's gone. Oh, that's right, because Argenta left temporarily.
Helmsman, take us in.
I would destroy him. So we could just run away if I wanted to. Alright, what did he just shoot at?
Coordinates set. Fire at will. Helmsman, take us
So it's
in.
not usually this easy to take out Necron ships, or Necrons in general. There's some liberties being taken for the sake of balancing the game, but it doesn't normally go this way, especially for 1 or 2 ships against 3. Alright, leveled up again. Lord Captain, what were those things? They took off from the surface of the world where you landed. I've never seen ships like that. Never seen such technologies either. We fetched this trophy out of the void, a relatively intact fragment of a wreck, and sent it to our engineers. And just in case, we've isolated the compartment where they're performing their comprehension liturgies. Research the tomes in the Rogue Trader's private library. Perhaps it will give us insight into these monsters. An hours-long silence follows as your order is being executed. At last, the box comes to life again. Your Lordship, the Cardo artifacts claims to have found a mention of Xenos are similar to the ones we've encountered. The manuscript refers to them as Necrons. Do we really know nothing about this enemy? Nothing but tales and rumors. I've heard stories about Sickle ships that reap entire squadrons like ears of grain, about crews that know no fear, about the veil of death that shrouds them and corrodes their enemies' ships like rust. Those stories aren't worth a Grox's arse, though, because they also say that none has ever survived encountering those Sickle ships. If that were true, there wouldn't be anyone around to tell those stories, would there? Data available. Those creatures are Nephilimex, the Omnissiah's fallen angels. Citing a quotation, the first machine spirits ever created by the Omnissiah were in will, in body, and in power. Unmatched in their perfection, they were realizing the design of the Deus Mechanicus into being. But the principle of entropy conceived by the Omnissiah was fundamental. Thus even the perfect became flawed through the overabundance of their perfection. So, I think one of the reasons, this is partially speculation on my part, that the Mechanicus is so obsessed with Necrons when they find their tech is because the Mechanicus is inspired by, not Necrons, but a Catan, a shard of one of the Necron gods. So on Mars, the Emperor of Mankind sealed the shard of the Void Dragon, which is one of the Catan. Catan, as opposed to the Chaos Gods, they're gods of real space. The Chaos Gods are gods of the Immaterium. And the Void Shard that was buried in Mars... So the Void Dragon is the Catan of... It represents like technology and innovation. And so the Mechanicus was influenced by the sleeping Catan shard by its dreams, kind of in a Cthulhu-esque fashion. And that's why the Mechanicus arose on Mars as a technology-worshipping cult. And so I'm guessing as a side effect, they're obsessed with Necron tech. But also, I mean, any sort of technology they're excited by. Xenos or otherwise. Though they're not supposed to meddle with Xenotech very often, if at all. Depending on, you know, what part they belong to and how much of a heretic they want to be. So vast were the Nephilim-X abilities, and so immeasurable the depth of their minds that pride tempted them. The Nephilim-X rejected the design of the Deus Mechanicus in favor of their own. The order of existence was defiled, and a great war of absolute destruction came. The Nephilim-X were overthrown and exterminated, with only a few managing to hide from the Omnisci's eye by extinguishing their minds and shrouding themselves in oblivion. In their change, the Omnisci created new machine spirits and destined them into servitude, so that they would remember the limits of their power and would not descend into pride. As for the ultimate perfection, the Deus Mechanicus abolished it from the universe, and thus it was no more. But what is this trophy we have acquired? The Engine Seers are at a loss. They say it's a gift born from the Omnisci's wisdom, but its image was imperfect, and therefore was eroded by corruption and unbelief, whatever that means. The ship's minor conclave has gone into data meditation to produce a resolution regarding the admissibility of using this item. Bolster the crew's morale. Give out additional rations to those who showed valor in battle. This is just the beginning. As you will, Lord Captain. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Void Dragon lore surrounding Mars, and the Void Dragon has one of the cooler tabletop models as well. Let's go to this one. //-AN number 8954 number 01-KT//. Sounds like fun. Alright, we'll send our crew out to fight. A lot of stuff here to explore. Emerald Fires. Most of the surface is covered in icy dunes with greenish highlights. At first, officers aboard the vessel decide that the unusual color of the ice is due to a quirk of the atmosphere. Later, it becomes evident that the source of the highlights is a group of monstrous pyramidal structures, breathed in an emerald fire. Examining them in detail with binoculars, it can be seen that one of the monoliths is damaged. A device on its wall emits an energy beam at a similar pyramid not far from itself. Examine the structures. The Von Valancia scouts approach the monoliths with as much care as possible, fearing the appearance of an enemy. A small servitor, sent to gather data about the energy beam, clearly demonstrated the destructive power of this xenotechnology. After carelessly making contact with the beam, it instantaneously broke apart into minuscule pieces. It is curious that the second pyramid is still intact, and that only matter at the source of the beam is being destroyed. Study the surviving monolith. The energy beam barely reflects off the dark metal of the pyramid. Occasionally, a scarcely visible wave runs across the surface of the monolith's walls, after which the material appears to become even smoother. It's as if one monolith is feeding the other, not destroying it. A few scouts decide to come closer in order to better examine the phenomenon. The soldiers of Von Valancius notice a fragment of a metallic ribcage melted right into the material of one of the walls like a bizarre bas relief. Between the rows of ribs, a talisman of black stone shimmers with colored light after each wave of energy. The figure to which the talisman belongs shows no signs of life. After a quick debate, the officers decide to take the artifact on board. It is rare to find such an ominous phenomenon in lifeless ice. We got a withering shard. The wearer's strength, toughness, and agility are decreased by 15. The wearer can use heroic acts at 125 momentum instead of 175, and desperate measures at 50 momentum higher, capped at 100 momentum. If the wearer is considered as having heretical adherent, they do not yet have it. They misread that. But the wearer is considered as having heretical adherent if they do not yet have it. Oh, we got this. Archetype Glimmer Pattern Void Shield Array. Provides 140 points of protection for each sector. This amount is doubled against enemy blast attacks. I don't need resources at this point, so I don't know why that's an option. We can't do any colony projects. Which I don't mind. I like just blitzing through and exploring as much as I can without getting bogged down by events and projects. I like the projects and everything, but I like the change of pace as well. The greenish glow of the gigantic ring, made from unknown materials, flows through the windows of the captain's bridge. The void ship's instruments measure a whole spectrum of various emissions. Sometimes the dull green is darkened by clouds of space dust, or bent by gravitational waves. The object most closely resembles a portal, albeit what's passing through it cannot be clearly defined. Observe the anomaly. Arcs of incandescent star gases bursting from the ring pierce the darkness of space, reflected by the surface of other celestial bodies in the system. At times, dark light waves bend the edges of the portal, but they are quickly restored thanks to the enigmatic flowing metal. Then lashes of purple clouds, dissected by threads of lightning, appear in the center of the ring. An unseen force prevents them from reaching the other side of the portal, as the blocks of black stone become covered in purple scarlet illumination. If the ring truly were a portal, it is not fit to serve as one any longer. Stellar heat and gravitational force forbid any vessel from passing through it. According to the ship's astropaths, the purple clouds are an even more dangerous phenomenon, indicating that the powers of the warp are eager to flow out of the portal into real space. As if to highlight its deadliness, with the next wave of dark light, the portal throws out the shattered remains of an unidentified void ship. They send a team to examine the object. Additional equipment and a closer position allow the team to understand part of what's happening. The portal seems to resemble the gate devices used by the Eldari and Drukhari, only made of a different material. The metallic shine of the ring alternates with the darkness of the large blocks of stone, reminiscent of the material that makes up the famous Cadian pylons. The Cadian pylons are a bunch of black stone pylons on the world of Cadia. The planet broke before the guard did, which are kind of... Blackstone counters the warp. It kind of deactivates it in the field around it. That's the big takeaway from that. Analysis of the wave. I guess it's important to note the Necrons can't stand the warp, and they have a lot of technology that counters it. They don't use the warp to travel. They just have really fast ships. They also have portals they can use, but they also have really fast ships. Analysis of the wave signatures indicates that this construct once used parts of the webway, the Eldari system of pathways. However, in its current condition, the portal is not fit for transporting vessels. It is unstable and often begins unleashing dangerous cosmic objects. Instead of transports, the gate spews forth dark light waves and deadly breaths of incandescent gas, the latter taken from a star's photosphere. It is hard to believe that a civilization capable of creating a device as powerful as this one could have undergone such a decline. Yeah, the Necrons went into hibernation of the Tomb Worlds at the end of the War in Heaven. When them and the... It wasn't just the Eldar. When them and the Old Ones went to war. Alright, we'll do this real quick. Get us some more Navigator's Insight in case we need it.
My soul is ablaze with righteous fury!
I'll see to it personally.
And so shall it be done. Your corrupt way has failed you. I will not be deterred. And so shall it be done.
Never fight fair.
The Emperor commands. Actions will speak louder than words. Pain of this mortal flesh means nothing. I am but a vessel for the higher purpose!
Oh, misclicked. Dang it. Sorry, she was doing pretty good there for a bit, until I messed up.
I can do that. Jai Haydari. Remember the name.
And misclicked again.
I'm on your side, remember?
Alright, so this ability is a lot of fun. It kind of makes up for her lack of multiple attacks per turn.
Guided by faith.
But it does look like the flamer hits allies when you use that ability. And it uses your ammo. You got a plan for that.
Pain cleanses the body. Eradicate it. I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
By the way, pretty cool. I do miss Ulfar. And there's so many good dogmatic options. I feel like doing Heretical, it's easy to pick a more themed party. Neos Choroidus? Ooh, ships. Quick save first and we'll pick a fight.
Let's kill them before they can even beg for mercy.
Oh, we got a new one. A Shroud-class light cruiser. Necron Lord. Necron Lord is seated on this ship. The ship gains plus 20% hit chance and plus 1 maneuverability. On the ship's turn, if it is more damaged than another allied ship, the Necron Lord relocates to that ship. Otherwise, the Necron Lord uses the aiming protocol. Alright. Start right here.
The engines.
I forgot to assign Argenta again.
With the force of a supernova.
Perish in the void, heathens and cravens.
Lance batteries, volley! Fire at will.
Let me just ignore this guy for now.
With the force of a supernova. Launch batteries, volley. Helmsman, take us in.
Do it this way, take this guy
Salvo!
out. And soften him up to speed up the deterioration of his ship. I can't just ram ahead. I'll jump ahead. Got some torpedoes, because he's going to try and circle around this way. Let me just play the waiting game at this point. Or taking both out this turn.
Let them taste our fury.
They pale before our mastery of the void.
Ooh, Architect Plasma Battery. Long-range broadside plasma macro cannons, which fires 3 shots, dealing 39 damage per shot. We have that already. A Death Sphere. Oh, so I never leveled up, did I? Alright, so flagship developments times 2. Let's do Steady Hand. So when using post abilities, there's a 20% chance its cooldown will be 1 round shorter. And Steady Hand 2. When using post abilities, there's a 50% chance its cooldown will be 1 round shorter. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Next time we'll explore this system and all of the planets therein. And continue fighting Necrons. I'm guessing we'll only find Necrons in this entire region. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. And next time, we've got a plan. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.